Right. There we go.
Did you on the horns? I did pretty good, right?
Yeah, it looked good, but it's all this whole stream is really hard for me to navigate because everything's really, really delayed.
You're
It was
doing a good
awesome.
job.
Yeah, I like the horns of that woman as well.
So basically, BBC gaming presenter Julia Hardy is looking to get a final purge. I distinctly remember someone in the 1940s talking about stuff like this, just 1930s, 1940s, just throwing it out there. Final purges and the like.
Didn't they come with a little mustache that looked like a whisk broom?
Yeah, they dare. Yeah. So interesting comments to make, but this person who is paid for from the UK tax dime, because that's what basically the
you guys are just funding all kinds of fun stuff right now, dude.
Yeah, absolute dog shit, quite frankly, but you can't really do much about it. Anyway, the language is obscene. So this is tied with the whole Black Girl Gamers dog shit. So here's what was tweeted out. It says, Black Girl Gamers, you wanted to defend Sweet Baby Inc. with all you could possibly. Well, here's your page. Basically, another page was created, a curated page, but this time about Black Girl Gamers. And so Black Girl Gamers replied, says, we really got you pressed just by existing, lol. We've never worked with Sweet Baby Inc. You all saw black and consulting and decided that we all work together. Sounds like racism. Not really. Your name is racist. Black Girl Gamers is a racist name. It's racist by proxy because it's just an advocacy movement for black people, which is exclusionary to white, therefore it's racist. You're doing it solely on immutable characteristics. We're not stopping to have fun. And then she decided to chime in. This is the BBC presenter who works with children, by the way. I think it's important to note. Works with children. It says, can we agree? Can we agree? I like pulling up people's typos. That for round 2 of this, it can be the final purge of these kind of gamers. It's 2024. I've been arguing about this for decades. Decades? What do you mean decades? You've been arguing this for decades, have you? This is a new thing. Gamergate's still relatively new. Can we have a last full detox of these dudes so we can get back to positive gaming community that we have been creating? You've not been creating a positive gaming community. You've been creating an exclusionary gaming community that is sanctioned with racism and sexism. I literally couldn't believe the gall that she had the audacity to write this. One, decades means at the very least 20 years. So it's not been 20 years. It's just insane. Thoughts? Because I'm a lot of this I'm quite speechless on, to be fair.
There's very little available on her, right, Andre?
I haven't really looked that much into her, but she's obviously like an establishment chill, so I'm not surprised by the language at all. I mean,
she works for the BBC. It is establishment, absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen worse language than this, so it's it's not good, but I'm not surprised. And yeah, we have seen worse, much worse.
I mean, she changed her name from she goes under Jewel. She goes under Jules. Her name's Julia. And she's been
I did react onto that, so maybe she's like a they them or something.
I have no idea. Yeah, and there's very little out there about her. I guess she's been active as a presenter for the BBC since 2005.
Final purge. This kind of lady would happily have you strung up against the wall, ready in a row for some nasty time. That's that kind of language.
No, she'd take
final purge.
Final solution. You back and have you shot.
Yeah, it's disgraceful. Again, this person works with children. It's a child's TV presenter. So inclusive. Oh, so inclusive. So inclusive that we can't have people that differ on our opinions. Oh, right. Okay. Very, very inclusive. Love it. Disgraceful stuff. I don't know. I saw this and I couldn't. These are the kind of people that are destroying the industry and making it lose money.
And it's happening across the board. Video games, entertainment, everything, comics.
But with video games, it's accelerated because...
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's a smaller demographic, that it's not as broad in terms of its clientele, right? It's generally men between a certain age, and it's generally men. And so they reject this stuff out and out. And so they've been trying to force it on them, and they're bankrupting themselves. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. And she's full of the pronouns too. She's non-binary.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She's she, her, they, them.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, that probably should have looked more into that name, Jules. That should be like kind of like a giveaway for that.
God. Of course she is.
Oh yeah, of course, rainbow plugin, but I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Man. Regardless, very strange. We live in weird times.
F these people.
Oh, massively F these people. It's just so antagonistic as well, and they wonder why people end up getting like losing their rag with them and just being like, "Oh, fuck off." Like, excuse the language, obviously, everyone, but you know, you can't be this antagonistic and be like, "Oh, you know, we need a final purge." If I went there and said, you know, if I said final purge about anyone,
if you said it about her and her peers, if anyone were to do like a final purge of anyone that she works with, agrees with, or anything like that, oh, that there would be no end to how horrible that would be. But she can, of course, say it about people that she disagrees with. That's good, moral, and all well. Funny how that works. Ain't no standards like double standards.
Rules for me, or rules for thee, not for me.
Pretty much, yeah.
Outrageous. Anyone else want to say anything on this? You're tired by the looks of it. You're not really that energetic.
Well, no, it's this the Gamergate stuff. I just feel like, you know, this won't last very long. First of all, this Jules person is not going to stand up to this for too long.
Yeah.
And the Black Girl Gamers lady stepped into the wrong place. Again, it's like I don't think you guys realize you're not helping yourself. And if you expose the people that are forcing this upon us, then they're not going to be super thrilled with you. So, you know, take your L and take your money and quietly die, or quietly have your industry die. The games, quote unquote, advisors or whatever they're calling themselves, narrative designers, whatever, consultancies, whatever. Your industry is not long for this world. So,
yeah, completely agree with that. Anything else to add, Andre?
I think that culture summed it up very well. I don't really have anything else to add to that.
I agree with Andre.